Hi, Michael Wagner with Dynamax here, and we are proud to introduce the brand new Oberon. Oberon sits on the Mercedes all-wheel drive 3500 chassis, and it is loaded with adventure style features. So come along, we'll take a tour. All right, one of the things that Dynamax prides itself on is that we're different by design. One of the things that really stands out is the design of this Oberon. So when we hear feedback from a lot of adventure campers, we hear that a lot of times the insulation isn't great and the thermal retention really isn't there. How do you keep it cold inside when it's hot outside? And how do you keep it warm inside when it's cold outside? So we developed a system here with our sidewall. It's a 2-inch thick sidewall, which is unique for a lot of the sprinters. Typically you see an 1.5 inch thick sidewall. And we created basically like a fire barrier, so a firewall inside that is going to allow to have better insulation on the interior. So how we do that is by having some horizontal and vertical aluminum tubes with our foam block insulation on the inside, and then both the interior and exterior has fiberglass. So by that, it gives us a really cool look on the inside with our fiberglass interior walls, as well as it provides the warmth and the insulation or the coolness if it is hot on the inside of the coach. By doing that, we reduce the condensation that you see in the exterior. A lot of times you'll see those aluminum tubes that will come on out when it's cold and chilly in the morning. You won't see that on this unit, so it's extremely well built. Also on the roof, it's a 6-inch thick roof that is built very similarly to our sidewall. So with that, we try to eliminate the amount of cuts and the amount of screws into the roof. When we get up on the roof, you'll see that we have a rail that goes north-south on the vehicle, where our solar panels and other roof equipment will be attached to. So screws aren't going directly into the roof. That's going to cut down the amount of seals that you'll need to manage in the long run. So really unique design, and we hit it out of the ballpark on something like this. Since this unit already sits on the Mercedes all-wheel drive chassis, it is lifted approximately 2 inches. So it gives us a nice stance. And then we also have these off-road looking tires here and our black wheels. Those are all going to be standard here on the Oberon. We've got a painted cap. It's got a cool matte black finish here. The rest of the coach is going to be white with our decals, with our Oberon decals. Lots of storage for a little guy this big. And we've got our big battery system. So on this, we've got 480 amp hours of lithium batteries. You can expand with one extra battery as well to make that a total of 720 amp hours. Of lithium batteries. Your main disconnect and your solar disconnect is also in this compartment. Just another small storage area here. It's going to be your LP quick connect here for your gas grill. And then the showstopper of this unit is going to be our giant pass-through storage area. So this here has multitude of different tie downs. It's all going to be lined on the inside, so it's really easy to wash. You've got 110 and USB and USB-C connectivity. Got a big pass-through through the rear. And then we've got another access area, which I'm gonna come around and show you, that has access to the 50-gallon fresh water tank. So this 50-gallon fresh water tank is easily accessible. So you can get in and winterize. You can drain your tank very easily. Here's gonna be your winterization hose, your water pump, and also your water filter are all in this area. This area also, since it's inside of the coach, is going to be a heated area. So as long as it's comfortable inside, you don't have to worry about your tank freezing up. One thing you'll notice for those of you who are Dynamax fans, we always say, hey, we don't put a ladder on the back of the coach. We do have one on this one. So this is unique to the Oberon. We designed it with the ladder in mind. So it's got full retention for the backer. So you're able to climb on up, inspect any of those seals, which again, there's not many of them because of our new roof construction for the Oberon. Over on the driver's side of the coach, we've got our propane area here. These are going to be two 20-pound propane tanks, and it's just gonna be on a little slide-out tray. So these are easily removable, and you can just exchange those at like a gas station, so you don't have to move your whole vehicle if you're looking to refill on the propane. The propane, we would use that for our generator. So here we've got a small, it's a 2.5 kilowatt LP generator. And this would be great to be able to charge your batteries. Now those batteries will also run your air conditioner. So that air conditioner is inverted, and when we go inside, we'll show you that air conditioner there. Over here, you're going to have a really easy to use camping area. So this is going to have your outdoor shower as well as your water hookups. This is the Nautilus P4, and what this does is you just look at the diagram, and if you're dry camping, just adjust those knobs to what function you want the water system to do. So really easy to use, and a great addition to the Oberon. Last but not least, here is our gravity water fill. So it's locked, so no one's putting anything funny inside of your water. But if you wanted a gravity fill, say you're out boondocking and you bring extra water, you bring those gallon jugs, you can just pour it right on in here, and that'll go into your 50-gallon freshwater tank. So a great resource for you boondockers. Here's going to be your black and gray tank flushes. Those black and gray tanks are going to have 12-volt heat pads on them, so you'll be able to camp well into the colder climates. All right, so we're inside the Oberon 24TB. TB stands for twin bed, and we'll get to that in a moment. But you'll notice up here, we've got our Mercedes chassis. This is loaded with all of the safety features, adaptive cruise control, active brake assist. In here, we just have the non-cab over. So we've got some cabinetry up top. And so that's gonna be useful there for just little things. Our cabinetry, it's gonna be a two-tone cabinetry on this particular model. And what's nice about these, they lock greatly. So we're gonna press this button and then we're gonna open on up. So there's no chance of this rattling and getting open as we go down the road. Seating arrangement, we have two seats here. There's gonna be one seat belt on this side, one seat belt over in this jump seat. These will then fold on down and create into a bed. TV is over on the side, and this is on a swivel, so we can swivel this on out. What's great too about this setup is we have these swivel front seats. So really, you can bring your friends along and you can turn around and watch the television or visit very comfortably in this unit. You'll notice this unit does not have a slide. So that again is the idea of being out in the boonies and not having to worry about potentially your slide being stuck out. We've had a lot of demand for for units without a slide, and this is the one for you there. Another thing that we took out of the unit is any multiplex. So we've had a lot of our Dynamax fans and customers that said, hey, can you just make something with old-fashioned switches? Well, we have that right here. And this is going to be your control panel right here by the door. And these are just going to be old-fashioned switches here. So it takes out some of the complexities. Our Firefly system is a great system, but this is kind of the direction we wanted to go with this adventure-style vehicle. That way, when you're out and you don't have any civilization around you, you're not tied to any other electronics that could potentially go wrong. Microwave down below. Up top, we've got these nice cabinets again. Our lighting, this is subject to change on this. This again is our prototype, so a lot of these things may change as we go into our production model. One of the nice things about this unit is that we have a true bathroom. So a lot of these adventure style vehicles do not have a true bathroom. They have a wet bath. This would be a normal bathroom here with a nice size shower, as well as it has a black tank. No cassette on this one. So having a black tank is going to be more like your traditional camping, and you don't have to mess around with the waste of having to grab that cassette out to empty it. This model comes with a 5.5 cubic foot. There's a 12-volt refrigerator by Norcold. Got plenty of space on the inside. So we've got a really nice wardrobe over here. We've got drawers underneath. We've got more drawers down below. We've got a nice little pantry here on the side. Down here, we will be having this to match this door right here, but this gives us a good way of being able to take a peek inside. And inside, we will see our inverter. So this is going to be a Victron inverter. It's a 3,000 watt inverter. And again, this will invert to our air conditioner. Speaking of the AC, got it right up ahead. So we're using the Truma Aventa. And this is just right off the control switch. So we'll hit the button to turn this on. You can adjust this to where you want the direction of the air to go. And this will get this unit nice and cool. Last but not least, we've got our twin bed. Just from the design of this twin bed, we cut out the corners just a little bit, which makes it really easy to get in. So if I could fold this down to a king size bed, which it will turn on into, I don't need any sort of a ladder to get into this unit. I can just pop right on up and get into bed. So it makes it a little bit easier, especially navigating it at nighttime. You don't have to worry about crawling down a ladder. You can just utilize that step there in the design of cutting this, this corner back a little bit. The other thing that I love about this floor plan is the fact that we've got tons of natural light coming on in, especially in the bedroom. You're surrounded by windows. You're taking this to places that you're not going to be plugged in. You want to enjoy nature, and this is the best way to wake up in the morning or go to bed at night with just beautiful views.